for the 2019 Chinook display team. If you look out in front of you, you will see the aircraft had descended to low level and is now pulling up. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Chinook display team. Pitching back down now, give the crew a wave before they make their 90-degree breakaway to our left. This year, the Chinook display captain is Squadron Leader John Turner, known as JT. JT joined the Air Force in 1993 and was first posted to RAF Odium to fly Chinooks in 1998. He has flown operations in Bosnia, Sierra Leone, Iraq and Afghanistan, and most recently in the Caribbean in 2017, undertaking hurricane relief. As the aircraft moves away to our left, watch as the nose pitches up by 45 degrees and completes a pedal turn to the left. This is a difficult point for JT, as he is unable to see the ground from the front, so is rapidly scanning sideways to ensure that he has the correct pitch in the climb whilst keeping wings level. The nose is now going to be pulled up by 45 degrees before pitching over into the roller coaster. The challenge for the crew here is to descend onto the crowd centre before climbing again, while some days battling this 15-ton machine which is being pushed or pulled by the wind. Joining JT in the cockpit today is the 2019 display co-pilot, Flight Lieutenant Ant Jewett. Ant joined the Royal Air Force in 2008 and has subsequently completed his rotary flying training. He joined 18 B Squadron in 2016 and is a member of the mighty B flight. He recently completed his first operational deployment to Mali with our French allies as part of Operation Newcomb at the end of 2018. So the aircraft has now moved away to our right and pulls up by 30 degrees into the offset right-hand wingover. JT is looking down to his right, moving his head to try and pick up the display line again before descending to height, capturing the correct airspeed and running back in. So for those of you at this end, listen to the aircraft closes in. This waka waka sound is synonymous with Chinook and leads to our popular Twitter hashtag #BladeSlap. The Chinook is now going to break away shortly to perform a 60-degree offset wingover away from crowd centre. Flown by the Royal Air Force, the Chinook is actually operated under the Tri-Service Joint Helicopter Command. It remains in high demand due to its large cabin size, capable of carrying up to 40 fully equipped troops. We can also carry vehicles, freight and palletised cargo both inside and outside of the aircraft. Perhaps its best known role is the medical emergency response, a role which the force fulfilled under fire during Operation Herrick in Afghanistan. That's the aircraft now about to pull up to 30-degree wingover. Another challenging manoeuvre at that end with the co-pilot Ant not only calling out JT's pitch, angles, roll angles, heights and speeds, but also glancing out the left-hand side of the cockpit to talk him around until he is able to see his display line again. With that done, the crew are now positioning for their crowd centre nose over, so it's time to get your cameras ready if you want to catch the Chinook at 45 degrees nose up. The display you see today really demonstrates how manoeuvrable this extremely large helicopter is. Most of the display is born out of tactical skills employed and perfected on operations around the world. During all of these manoeuvres, the co-pilot's eyes are constantly darting around the cockpit. He's checking aircraft performance and monitoring aircraft speeds, pitch and roll parameters and heights. Another crucial call from the co-pilot is the distance to the run to the next manoeuvre to make sure they enter in the correct place, alongside other information which allows JT to fly the manoeuvre visually by looking out the cockpit. The Chinook is being used continuously as a battlefield helicopter for over 37 years, most recently in Iraq, Afghanistan and now Mali. Its heavy lift capacity, combined with power, speed and agility, ensured that even during the hottest summers and darkest nights, the force always completed its missions. The crew are now going to whip the aircraft round into a low-level 360-degree orbit, giving you the chance to really hear that sound of the aircraft. Operationally, the Chinook has a 4-person crew, 2 pilots in the cockpit, and 2 weapons systems operators, or crewmen, in the cabin. So here's the aircraft running left now. You'll notice the nose coming up to decelerate through 85 knots before JT enters a 180 degrees nose down quick stop. This manoeuvre allows us to stop the aircraft in a very tight area and if troops are spotted late on the battlefield. So JT is now going to rotate the tail away from you all and begin a 270 degree pirouette to point it back at you, all the while beginning his transition into a sideways taxi along the crowd line. You will see the ramp is now lowered and you should be able to make out our crewman for today taking up position upon it. This is your moment now, ladies and gents, boys and girls, as we are going to ask you to show your appreciation to the display team as they give you their wave with a big orange hand. In the cabin today is Sergeant James Begg, known as Beggsy. Beggsy joined the Royal Air Force in 2009 as a weapons systems operator. On completion of his specialist training, he joined 18 Squadron. Beggsy is deployed in operations to both Afghanistan and more recently to Mali and has around 1,100 hours on the Chinook. Please don't forget to post your photos of the display on our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram feeds this evening, as we really do love to see them. Hashtag Blade Slap. So the crew is reaching a quarter of a mile to the right of the display datum, and JT will be focused on returning the aircraft to the hover. Shortly, they will pull power and left pedal, taking the Chinook skywards into the Gorney corkscrew, rotating and climbing to 800 feet. And coming off the top, they begin their 315-degree spiral descent. All of us on 18 Squadron are really proud to be bringing you the 2019 Chinook display this year. We do so alongside our operational and frontline deployment commitments, whilst conducting all of our regular duties, training and tasking. The aircraft is now going to run back in with the nose low, accelerating towards the crowd before breaking away to the left. If the wind is right, you may well feel the sound of the Chinook. The crew are now going to complete another wing over to our left, whilst Ant is working hard to get JT back onto the correct line to land on the runway, whilst configuring the aircraft to do so this afternoon. From all of us at 18 Squadron and RAF Odium, thank you, take care and enjoy the rest of the show.
Well, thanks to everyone involved. Amazing display. Always a great favourite. There is just nothing quite like it.
About 2,500 to 3,000 feet. So as we saw yesterday, possibly a bit of a hybrid here with Boeing, possibly flat, a mixture of that versus for looping maneuvers as well. But whatever it is, it's going to be spectacular. Very impressive because this is an aircraft that has one attribute above all others in display flying that really is exceptionally impressive, namely its ability to pull very suddenly, very rapidly, and it looks like very uncomfortably, to extremely high angles of attack, and to use high angle attack very effectively in some of the rolling maneuvers, which
chance to see all of you, so do give them a big wave as they see you all for the first time. Here they go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Give your hands up together for the 2019 Royal Air Force Chinook display team. Pitching back down there, give them all a wave before they make their 90-degree breakaway to the left. This year, the Chinook display captain is squadron leader John Turner, known as JT. JT joined the RAF in 1993 and was posted to Odeon to fly Chinook in 1998. He's played on operations in Bosnia, Sierra Leone, Iraq and Afghanistan, and most recently in the Caribbean in 2017. Shout out to David, Craig, Debbie, Aidan and Marie. Close up is the wedding anniversary yesterday. Congratulations to them. The aircraft moves out to our left. We watch the nose pitched up by 45 degrees. Heading turn to the left. Good point for JT. He's unable to see the ground from the front. He's rapidly scanning sideways to ensure that the thread hits the climb on between level. And his manoeuvre enables us to turn the aircraft quickly, spacing energy. Challenge for the crew here to descend onto the crowd centre before climbing again, while some days battling this 15-ton beast which is being buffeted by the wind. Joining JT in the cockpit today, 2019 display co-pilot, flight lieutenant and Stewart. And joined the RAF in 2008 and subsequently completed his rotary flying training. He joined 18B Squadron in 2016 and is a member of the Mighty B flight. He recently completed his first operational deployment to Mali with our French allies as part of Operation Chinook. Out to Mum and Dad are here today, so hello Carol and Trevor and your friends Dave and Judith. We hope you have a lovely day and enjoy the show. The aircraft out to our right, you can see pulled up by 30 degrees into the offset right hand wing over. JT is now scanning rapidly round to the right hand side to pick up his display line again before descending onto the correct height and capturing that correct airspeed, running back in. So they JT now takes the brakes away from you all to form a 60-degree offset wing over away to the crowd centre. By the Royal Air Force, the Chinook is actually operating a tri-service joint helicopter command, which remains in high demand due to its large cabin capable of carrying up to 40 fully equipped troops. We also carry vehicles, freight and palletised cargo both inside and outside of the aircraft. Perhaps its best known role is in medical emergency response, a role which the force fulfilled under fire during Operation Herrick in Afghanistan. Challenging manoeuvre at this end, and certainly calling out JT's pitch angles, roll angles, heights and speed. Also glancing out the left hand side of the cockpit to talk back round to the display line. Another opportunity for those photographers out there as he pulls himself up 45 degrees into another nose over. The display you see today really demonstrates how manoeuvrable this extremely large helicopter is. Most of it is born out of tactical skills and deployed and perfected on operations around the world. During all of these manoeuvres, the co-pilot's eyes are constantly darting around the cockpit, checking the performance. See out the right now, another pedal turn. See the effect of the wind today, ladies and gentlemen. The Chinook has been used continuously as a battlefield helicopter for over 37 years. Most recently in Iraq, Afghanistan and now Mali, its heavy lift capacity combined with power, speed and agility ensures a rotary platform second to none, delivering Her Majesty's forces for maximum effect anywhere in the world. The crew is now going to whip the aircraft into a low-level 360-degree orbit, giving you the chance to really hear the sound of the aircraft. JT completes his orbit. You'll see the nose come up as he decelerates to 85 knots. It's now time for his nose down quick stop. This manoeuvre is used on the battlefield if the spot trims late and needs stop very quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, JT is now going to rotate that tail over to your background. You're going to see the ramp come down. If you've got any big orange hands, or if you want to wave to our crew, Moon Graders, he's got his orange hands out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please give him a big wave. It's Graders! Please don't forget to post your photos of the display on our Facebook, Twitter or Instagram feed this evening. We really do love to see them. Just remember to add the hashtag #BladeSlam. Also, if you like those orange hats, ladies and gentlemen, please come and see us at the RIAT Experience. We've got plenty of orange stickers to give out. They're not just for kids. Give him a big wave. And coming off the top, they begin their 315-degree spiral descent. All of us on 18 Squadron, we're really proud to be bringing you the 2019 Chinook display this year. We do so alongside our operational and frontline deployment commitments, whilst conducting all of our regular duties, training and tasking. This does really set us apart from some of the other display teams, and we like that uniqueness. JT's now going to run the aircraft back in towards you in the crowd with the nose low accelerating towards you before breaking away to the left. With today's light winds, you should feel the sound of the aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're getting your cameras ready again. It's a pretty cool part of the display. They look to touch down on the 2 and the 6 wheels. Supporting the display aircraft this year are exceptional engineers who drive all their cars yesterday. He joined the RF in 1990 and has worked on Phantoms, Tornadoes and Pumas, although he's been involved in the Chinook course since 1997. Quite simply, without them, you would not be having this display today. The 2-wheel taxi is a unique skill sees the pilot touch down before rapidly making control adjustments, which hold that Chinook at up to 20 degrees nose up. It allows you to get today's snack.
This position to land will shortly be carrying on the programme with our next item from the Italian Air Force. In fact, the next 2 items both come from the Italian Air Force because we'll be moving on from the next act with the country's national aerobatic team, the British Tricolori. That's followed by the Ukrainian Air Force Su-27, the RAF Typhoon and the Royal Jordanian Falcons, taking us up to 1 o'clock. Don't forget, in case you missed it earlier on, we have had a few alterations to the flying programme when compared to the listing or souvenir programme. So notably that means that the Royal Air Force Aerobatics team, the Red Arrows, will be on spot at 10 to 3 today, rather than the time given in the programme.